What do you guys think of TikTok getting into music? That was a bit of news. I should share an article about it, but they're rolling out a Spotify competitor potentially based on some of their trademarks they've filed.
So I saw a story about this, how I think TikTok has licensed a catalog of music for people to use in TikTok. And that Facebook has been encouraging, or Facebook, Instagram, Meta, has been encouraging users to remix TikToks and post them on Instagram and Facebook. And now there's a lawsuit from this company. I should try to find the name of this company, because they are suing Facebook for encouraging people to use music in which they don't have the license to post on Meta's platform, right? So I think part of TikTok's angle to go into music is because they're already paying for the licensing for all this music content for people to be able to use in TikTok. So now they can monetize it if they create a music platform such as Spotify.
That's really interesting. I had no idea that was happening. That's fascinating.
I love thinking about big platforms, like the music, who owns music, who owns video content, who owns written content, like where's the big distribution channels, and how to create a new one. Like the fact that TikTok came abound and now is a big player. But I think today it's been interesting to listen to so many commentators talk about the Chinese factor on TikTok and this idea, like I know we don't have it for a show today, but Joe Rogan going on about all the actual rules inside terms and service when you sign up for TikTok, and how they're basically able to access everything you do with your phone, plus crazy stuff like the computers that your phone used to be connected to, they can access to. And I'm not sure what's legit and what's not, and there's lots of other apps that allow you to access similar resources on your computer. So it's not unique to TikTok. But I listen to Jason Calacanis, and he is anti-China, anti-TikTok. He thinks they should be taken off the American app store, and we shouldn't have TikTok, and we should just have TikTok and on Instagram and wherever else. And I can see the argument with this idea. Like right now, I was thinking, you and I, four of us here, if we had TikTok on our phones, they know where we are. They know what apps we're opening. I just don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of the evil, James Bond villain plan that the Chinese have with all of our TikTok data. What are they actually going to do to all of us with this?
Well, I think the argument was that they could figure out, like, for certain people, what are they working on?
Yeah,
and
they could mass direct social behaviors, like they could, get Trump into. Yeah, and I agree with that. Just as Facebook is
social
can do it and
engineering.
Instagram can do it. I mean, I was watching the Philippine elections, and I was surprised to hear it basically was based on whoever had the largest budget to run Facebook ads could win the Philippine elections. And I was like, wow, that's a little scary to think about. I'm not sure how true that is, but that part I can see based on history. We know television, magazines, radio, that used to be what dictated mass opinion. And frankly, most people just follow whatever they hear and listen to. And now social media is that voice. So if we keep hearing like people like Matt, who's really loves Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate might be a mad dictator, but he's just, fallen in love with the guy because of social. I could see how there's a lot of Matts out there, and suddenly, Andrew becomes president, and, he becomes an authoritarian and starts invading Canada. And I'm in Canada, and I don't like that. So,
the thing about that is that you could find that sort of sentiment already without needing your own tool, right? Like, you don't have to build your own social network to figure that out. You could find that data. What people are thinking that China is doing is that, let's just say they find out Yaro is working on a new technology product, right? They could use the data directly from your phone and all the data they're getting from you to find out everything you're doing, get all your documents, and basically steal your IP and then launch before you, basically copy what you're doing before you do it, right? Let's say Elon Musk is using TikTok on his phone, and they want to know everything Elon Musk is up to, who he's messaging, all that kind of stuff. So I've heard people say that China has like the biggest like intelligence technology, something, that sort of spot. Yeah. So it's like they don't care about us talking on Good Morning Marketers, but
come on.
Anytime there's someone out there, they're like, oh, that's interesting. Let's see what that person's up to. And then ding, they go right into your stuff. The way that Facebook explains is that they don't identify you as a person. So you're just a number, right? They don't know who you are. They just know that this number associates to this type of data, but you're not specifically identified. So I think that what the concern is with TikTok is that you're specifically identified. And there's a lot more that they're getting, like your keystrokes, everything you're typing on your phone. I think there's a lot of apps that do that. I don't think TikTok is the only one.
No.
I think a lot
the
of
keystroke thing is scary though. Like I remember back in the early days of online dating, I had a buddy and his girlfriend who we met through online dating.
A buddy. Yeah.
No, he really was a friend.
We all do online dating. Come on.
I'm not. Hey, I'm a veteran of online dating, but he was there before we had apps. He was using like Craigslist and things like that. I'm like, whoa, this is next level, right? He introduced me to this, and he had like
he's the early
AOL
adopter.
chats going on with women all around the world, right? And but he had a girlfriend he got from doing this, and then the relationship kind of soured. She flew in to move in with him and his mother. It's a great story, and this girlfriend put a key tracker on his computer, and he was still chatting to other women on AOL. And boy, did he get in a lot of trouble. And then they broke up, and she was stuck in the country. I won't go into the story, but I was like, the key trackers just scare me because you type your passwords in.
Do you know that you could do this with an iPhone cable? I saw a video about this. There's an iPhone cable that you can buy, and let's say, oh, hey, girlfriend, here's a new iPhone cable for you, right? She uses it, and then boom, you can track everything on her phone.
That's evil.
Yeah, it goes both ways. And there's apps you could install on your phone to prevent that from happening. So, but I think it's like not that well known about those type, but you should never use a cable that you don't know. I mean, granted, that cable creates a network in the Wi-Fi. So let's just say like I send you the cable. I can't send you the cable and then boom, I'm getting your data. I gotta have access to your Wi-Fi at the same time, right?
So you come over after you've given me the cable.
Yeah, or you come over to my place. I'm like, hey, you got to charge your phone, buddy, right? And then as soon as you do that, I access all your data. So it's very
Your tone of voice there, Matt. You just sound evil. Hey,
I invite all my friends over. Hey guys, charge your phones.
All your TikTok videos.
you need to charge your phones.
But granted, I just want to let anyone listening to this, like that is illegal, right? So you get caught on that. I don't know what the law is called, but it is completely illegal. Like you can be like criminally charged for that, right?
I got to jump in here. One of my best friends is a cybersecurity expert, runs a very, very successful company, has for like the last 9 or 12 years, something like that. And I directly asked him about everything that we're just talking about here, right? Because we chat on a regular basis. I talked to him about TikTok. I talked to him about the whole conversation, like Apple versus Android, that friction will never end. And it turns out none of that matters. It's all about the user behavior. All about user behavior. And a lot of people claim that Apple devices are safer than Android. But are you updating your OS at every possible opportunity? Are you using the free Wi-Fi at the airport? Are you using the free Wi-Fi at the hotel? Are you doing all of these? Because guess what? It doesn't matter what device you're using, Android, Apple, or some Chinese version, you are at risk. And he could not say enough bad things about TikTok. No, I do not have TikTok or use TikTok. He scared the bejesus out of me on that subject.